When can I submit my entry? When? Question number 9. Each year, the application for the diversity visa lottery starts in most cases on the first week or the first 10 days of October and ending on the first week or the first 10 days of the month of November. The actual days for the application of the diversity visa lottery are announced in the middle of September. So for the next diversity visa lottery, which will be DV 2023, the entry period hasn't been announced yet until the middle of September. When they will announce the dates, they will announce the eligible countries. That's what they'll be doing. Even if this question is not supposed to be here, but the application is online, application is free, application is only on the United States government website. www.dvprogram.state.gov. dvprogram.state.gov. Diversity program, diversity visa program, DV standing for diversity visa program, State, Department of State. Then the last part is state, the gov, the gov means the government of the United States. The domain must the word .gov at the end. Without .gov, that is not allowed at all. That is question number 9 of the diversity visa lottery. Is there which says when can I submit the diversity visa lottery? So don't start looking for the website right now. You are going to apply for the fake application and you'll be in so much trouble by making other people not in a position to win. And when you apply for the diversity visa lottery, you apply in October up to September, from October to November. The results are coming in the following year on the first week of May. On the first week of May, or the first 10 days of May, is when the results are out. So you apply, for instance, October 2021, the results come out in May 2022 to come in the US in 2023. That's why it's called DV 2023, upcoming DV Lottery 2023. Let's go to another question. Number 10. I am in the United States of America right now. Can I enter the diversity visa program? Can I apply for the diversity visa lottery? The answer is 100% yes. When you apply for the diversity visa lottery, you apply online. They don't care the location where the applicant is. Whether you are in the United States, whether you are in Canada, whether you are in South Africa, whether you are in Sudan, whether you are in the Democratic Republic of Congo, whether you are in Egypt, whether you are in Ethiopia, whether you are in the Philippines, it doesn't matter where you are. An entrant or the applicant might submit an entry from any location as long as it is online application. And I want to add something on that. The location of the applicant doesn't give any advantage over the other person. So if you are in the United States, it doesn't mean that you'll be having a better chance of winning because you're already in the United States. Or if you're in England, it doesn't mean that because you're in England, you'll have more chances. No. The application is just that way. It doesn't matter where you are. So don't start like, oh, because you're in America, please apply for me. No. You can apply wherever you are and you'll be able to win. Because even if you're in America, your eligibility, as we have been saying, is based on the country of birth. So even if you're in America, if you're Tanzanian, you'll continue to be Tanzanian as your country of birth. To apply, eligibility will put Tanzania, regardless whether you're in America, regardless whether you're in wherever country you are. So that is something very, very crucial for you to understand. Question number 11. Can I only enter once during the registration period? How many times can you fill? How many times can you put your application for the diversity visa lottery? Can I apply once, only once, or should I do more times, many times as possible, so that I can be able to have more chance of winning? The answer is very simple. Each person is supposed to apply just once. If you apply more than once, it's considered as a duplicate application. Individuals with more than one application or one entry will be ineligible, will be disqualified, will not be even put into the category of selection process. You are going to be given the technical knockout, time out right away. How do they know? It's very simple. According to the United States law, the law allows one entry per person during each registration period. So for the DV 2021, you can apply once. DV 2022, apply once. DV 2023, once. That's what you are allowed. The Department of State, or rather the United States government, has a very sophisticated technology which is detecting the multiple entries. So they'll be able to detect facial recognition, whatever it is. So even if you use photo A, photo B, they can use photo recognition and to mean that you are the same person. Obviously, they can use data by data. So it's a very sophisticated technology to determine that. Previously, they didn't have in the application that when you are going to apply for the second time, they didn't notify you. But nowadays, they decided to help you. So if you apply, you fill the form, you are going to fill it again, they will tell you your information is already inside. Are you going to, do you want to put a duplicate entry? If you say yes, it's up to you. That is the second application, they are going to disqualify you. So when you apply, let's say you put Ernest Boniface Makulilo. In the name Makulilo, maybe by mistake you didn't put O. You came to realize that you didn't put O. You go ahead and put another application. That's wrong. No matter what mistake you have done, don't go again to put another application. Whether you made a mistake on date of birth, on name, whatever you have put the mistake, don't put another application. It will be considered as a duplicate application. And if duplicate application, even you are not going to win at all. So again, individuals or applicants with more than one application will be disqualified at all. Let's go to question number 12. Question number 12. Why do I need a passport to enter for the diversity visa program? And another follow-up question. Are there any exceptions? Any exceptions I can use to apply? Any exception they are there? So, previously, the diversity visa lottery application didn't have the passport requirement. This one has been required from the DV 2020. That is the first time, in DV 2021. So recently, this is the new requirement. On the DV lottery instruction, I think instruction number 7, if not mistaken, which requires you to have a passport. Requiring a valid, unexpired passport, the purpose of it is to add the extra security to the diversity visa lottery process and to protect your entry. Remember, when we say passport, we don't include the derivatives. We don't include dependents. So if, let's say, I'm going to apply as a main applicant, I will need to have a passport. If I put my wife, if I put up 2 children, or 3 children, or 4 children, the spouse and the children don't need to have passport to be included in my application. Meaning if I win, I can come with them. But if your spouse, if your wife wants to apply as a main applicant will also need to have a passport to apply, and we say married to you, but you at that time will need to just have a photo and date of birth, place of birth, those kind of things, and will be able to be added. That is the passport you must have. The passport must be valid. If you put the passport which is not valid, if you put a passport which is expired, you will be disqualified. Even if you go to the interview, they will be able to deny you the visa. Okay. What if you don't have the passport? What should you do? Go and get the passport right now. That's number one. But two, if you don't have the passport, make sure you apply. Some countries, the passport takes longer. If you see it takes longer, apply for what they call the temporary passport. The passport you can use to go to your neighboring country. In East Africa, we have the temporary or emergency passport, which is a piece of paper with a passport number and all the information. You can travel with it. Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Sudan, whatever, those countries of East Africa, you can travel with that one. When they give it as a passport number, usually it is called TP, then there is a number. When you go to write the passport number with those one, don't use the abbreviation TP. TP stands for temporary passport. Does the temporary passport is allowed? Yes, it's allowed, because it's a passport like any other passport. The difference is from that passport passport book. The passport book, you can travel to many countries. That one you can travel to fewer countries around your neighbors. But two, if you use the temporary passport, it's just on the piece of paper. You cannot put the visas like to travel overseas into countries like Europe, any country in Europe or America or other countries. But it is also going to expire very soon compared to the 5 or 10 years passport. So you must have the passport. The follow-up questions. Are there any exceptions to apply for the diversity visa lottery? Yes. There are 3 exceptions, which I believe you are watching or listening to me right now. 99% of the people don't meet these qualifications or these exceptions. Number 1, you must be a stateless. The stateless individuals or stateless person is extremely rare situation where you are born in a country or born in any nation. There are very few people who are stateless. It might be because of certain laws. Born in a certain country, you are not considered a place of birth of that particular country. I know someone was born, is from Angola. During the time of the war, they were moving in the boat to go to far away from another country. The mother was pregnant and had a child into the middle of the international water. While they're on the way, there was no country there. So the child was born nowhere, not in any country. Or if you're born in the plane in the mid-international flight somewhere over there, is not considered in any country, you will be stateless. So you must be stateless. So if you choose on the diversity visa lottery, you say you are stateless, you will be required to provide evidence to establish that you did not acquire nationality of your country of birth under the laws of that country, which you don't meet, by the way. That is exception number 1. Exception number 2, you must be someone from a country which is a communist-controlled country. The nationals of the communist-controlled country, and you are unable to receive or to get the passport from that communist-controlled country. So you have to prove 2 things. If you choose this one, you have to prove number 1, you are from a communist-controlled country, which there are very few countries which are communist-controlled countries at the moment. Number 2, despite from being communist-controlled country, you have to express that why is it difficult for you from the communist-controlled country to get the passport? Because There are some people can be from communist country can still get the passport. There is no exception that because of the pandemic in my country, it was so slow, I failed to get the passport. There is no such regulations. There is no regulations which says that because there is a war in my country, I was not able to get the passport. No, there is no such exception. And the last part is people who are given the waiver. You must get a letter waiver from the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security of the United States government. So you must be a beneficiary of individuals waiver. So obviously, in order to be that person, you must be already in America first of all. An individual, obviously, you have to a US visa. So it's a very complicated process to have that waiver. Out of that, you don't apply. Don't apply and put your wrong information that you have a waiver from the Secretary of State, show us the document you don't have. Because in order to get that waiver, you must be in the United States. The only other exception, if you are a refugee, you are allowed to use a refugee passport. So failure to apply without a passport or putting a wrong passport, you are going to be disqualified. If you win, you'll be denied the visa. So that is something you need to understand about the passport. It's very, very crucial for anyone. Another question is, what if my passport expires or I lose it before I apply for the visa? So this is a different question. You have applied with a passport. You have won. Then you have lost the passport. Or the passport has expired before you have won. Like at the time of applying, the passport is valid. So what you need to do is very simple. The passport which you will put in the DSC 260, in the visa form, is the valid passport which you have. The one which they will put in the visa. When Kentucky Consular Center, KCC, requests for the documentations, you will be required to submit the passport which you used to apply, which has expired, or which you have lost. If you have lost, you need to have police record, and if you have a copy of it. Show KCC, this is the passport I used to apply, and this is a brand new passport to KCC. And when you go to the visa interview, you have to go with both the documents. If you enter a wrong passport number, you'll be denied. That is something you need to know. So, be careful after applying. Make sure that you keep passport in a very safe place. Don't lose it. The same way, if you use a temporary passport, when they require passport, you will send the temporary passport and the actual passport book to the KCC, and to the interview, you do the same. My spouse and I, each other